Today, take a look at the VEVOR Shackle Hitch receiver. We got our instructions. We got our rubber washers. We got our pins. We got a little reflector in there. So this looks and feels solid. Most of the time they just use square tubing for something like this. This actually feels like a completely solid piece of metal. And I do not see any indication where it might not be. So it says that it is good for 5,000 kilograms. Got a nice heavy duty shackle. It does have a cap on it, so you don't have to worry about damaging anything. It says that is 3/4. All we gotta do is thread this off. And we can pull that shackle off, and it looks like we already had some washers on there. So these are just extras in the event that we need them. And that threads directly into the shackle. Then we got that hole on the other side. So we've got a couple of them. So we can take this pin and jam it in there. So that way we don't have to worry about this thing potentially on spinning coming off. We also have, quite often, whenever you see these, there's just going to be a pin with a bend on one side and you can put another pin on the other side. This actually has a lock. So we got our keys right here. These are our barrel keys. And this even has a cap to prevent anything from getting inside there. So all I got to do is pop that guy loose. And you can see our nice heavy duty pin. I can go in from the side or from the top, depending on what kind of a mounting solution you need. And click our lock back on. So that is awesome. Now we don't have to worry about anybody stealing this. Then we can take our other pin, drop it through that side. Now we don't have to worry about this thing moving around. We got a bunch of these little rubber O-rings. So if we need to get the spacing right, we can just pop these guys off or put them on as needed. Now I can see on here we have a handful of different models. There are some made out of aluminum, there's some made out of steel, and they go from 5 ton up to a 29.9 ton. This one is the 4.75 S2. There's a working load limit of 7.7 tons with a recommended of 13,000 to 14,000 pounds. Braking strength for the shackle is 29.9 ton, 66,000 pound capacity. It's for a 2-inch receiver with a 5/8 pin, and this is made out of steel. So to attach this, all you gotta do is drop the guy in. And I want to have at least one hole exposed. It looks like that is going to work just as is. So I'm going to drop that pin in right there. So it's loose enough that I can fit the thing in there, but it's going to be tight enough that it's not going to be bouncing around. Then just to secure it, we are now locked in and prevent dust. Put that cap on. So that's ready to go. Now, I personally love shackles. They are my favorite way of attaching things. So if you had a strap, they usually have these loops on one side. They're great for making baskets, whatever the heck kind of thing you need. So if you wanted to, you could loop that around something, tighten that up, and that'll be ready to go. But what do you do with the other side? Because we can't just take one end and stuff it through here if it's already attached to the other end. So this, we can take our shackle, and we can drop that on just like that. Because this shackle can come off, and because we can loop things around the shackle because it is a horseshoe shape, that is no longer going to be a problem. So this is a fantastic way of attaching a strap. So yeah, nice heavy duty receiver. That's probably one of the more solid filling receivers I've ever tried. So I'm very happy with that. That is awesome.